They didn't just disagree with Dr. Price, they wanted him silenced. Not debated, not corrected, silenced. During one of the most powerful teaching series ever, Race, Religion, Racism, the pressure didn't just come from critics. It escalated to something much darker, death threats. So the real question is, what truth was so powerful that made people that angry? Let's get into it. Now, here's Dr. Price.
If I was the average person and let myself react like the average person, I would be at this point somewhat hurt. You know, my feelings would be hurt if I allowed that, but I don't operate in that level, so I'm not. But it just amazes me how people would think that you would attack them in a public way. There's absolutely nothing I could gain by attacking anyone in this public forum for the thing to go all over the world for other people to hear. There would be nothing that I could get back from it that was going to help my life by attacking somebody. But I do believe in full disclosure and direct confrontation. What I mean by that is simply I believe in putting everything out here so that everybody can see it and then make their own choices or decisions about it. It's never, and I'm getting some letters. Most of it I don't even read, but some, I got a thing here, big long thing this past week from the internet. You know, this guy went off, kind of like almost a veiled threat. Well, you remember what they did to Malcolm X? And I just stopped reading. I said, I ain't got time for this mess. And the thing about it, and see, here's what you black folk need to realize this. Everybody does, but I have an affinity to black folk. Okay? But any kind of a so-called religion that's so right and has to threaten you, I'm scared of that. I don't mean, scared, but I mean something, what? God, our God and our Jesus, they don't do that. They just say, whosoever will, let him come. But you got to threaten somebody?
And he's right. When you know you're all that, you don't have to do any fear mongering. And that's what the faith of Islam does. They do fear mongering. They want to kill you if you disparage their name or the name of Allah or their faith. And Christians, we don't do that. Now, granted, and since we don't do that, I see a lot of people pretty much trying to take advantage of us. People love to call out Christians, but and to some degree that fear works when it comes to Islam, because if you notice, you have people scared to say anything about them. Come on now, have you noticed this? But when it comes to Christians, oh, it's all out blitz. It's an all out assault in terms of talking about Christians and even Christian persecution in other countries. That's talked about very little, but that's another subject. But when you serve the true and living God, you don't have to be like that. And again, with God, just like he said, come as you are. There is no persecution. There is no beheading you. None of that. If you want to leave, fine. If you want to talk about, put down, disparage, okay, we can roll with that. But see, it's not about the consequences being right then. The consequences will come later. The consequences will come in the afterlife. And you will regret what you've said and done. That's a fact.
And they want to debate with me. They want equal time. Equal what? Buy you some airtime, get on TV. Just that's what I'm doing. I don't want to, this is not debatable.
That's right.
I'm giving you historic documented facts. Now, either the facts are true or they're not. And if what I give you is not true, it's not going to change anything about what you have if what you have is true. So what's the problem?
That's right. Amen.
I'm not fussing or arguing with anybody. I'm just giving facts here because I'm a Christian and I'm a minister of the gospel and God gave me this assignment. And Jesus said, and he's the only one who has said this way. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except by me. It is. I mean, if you're the man, why didn't you say you were the man? So I want to give facts. Y'all do what you want with it. And I'm not arguing. I'm not going to fuss and argue with anybody. Because what I say, if it's not true, you don't even need to defend it or argue why you want to debate about it. Nothing to debate. If you got the truth, you don't have to do nothing but stand pat. I don't want any more cards. I'm going to hold these. I got a winning hand. Let them deal cards to everybody else in the game. You don't need any more. You got the winning hand. We want to argue about. And what I say doesn't mean a thing. Unless I say the truth. And that's why I give you the document. Now, I'm led to I haven't done this for a little. In fact, when I first started on this segment, because I'm dealing with Islam and Christianity, not an attack. I told everybody at the beginning, I'm saying it nationwide, I'm doing a consumer's report, comparative analysis, not an attack. What for?
Amen.
What for? Attack you for what? What am I going to get out of it? And what's it going to do to you? Nothing. So why would I waste valuable? We spend tens of thousands of dollars for television time to attack you. What for? Not an attack. Now, if you want to perceive it that way and take it that way, ain't nothing I can do about it. So just stop writing me letters. I'm not going to debate with anybody. I'm not in arguing with anybody. I'm presenting facts. You take them or leave them. Do what you want with them. My assignment is to put these facts out here on the airways.
That's right.
Now, those that have ears to hear will hear it.
Let them hear.
Those that don't won't, and that's the end of the game.
Amen.
It's over. I'm not going to debate anybody. I'm not arguing with anybody. But I'm led to do this as we start out on this today, because people are apparently hard of hearing. And that's why I get loud sometimes, because it looks like if I just be nice and sweet and, tender, people act like they can't hear. But if I get ugly and loud, then it look like you get somebody's attention. All right, listen to this. Because I'm doing a comparative analysis, not an attack. I'm showing what Islam has to offer, and I'm showing what Christianity has to offer. These are what's called your leading religions of the world. So all I'm doing is show. There are people that are in the valley of decision. They don't know which way to go. Well, you shouldn't go anywhere until you know where you're going. You a jackass. I'll use my best thing. You are one of them long-eared donkeys. If you start out on any journey and don't know where you're going, that's a fool going somewhere to have. You ought to have some kind of fact, even if they're bogus fact. You ought to have something when you start out on your journey. You ought to think you're going in the right direction, even if you're not. You know, you ought to at least think you are. So what I'm doing is giving facts on both sides of the ledger, not arguing and fussing and fighting, and you just do whatever you want with them. The Muslim, I want people to know that this is, I'm not coming off the top of my head with this stuff. This is recorded historical documentation. Problem is, most people, Christians and Muslims, don't know this. Don't think every Muslim is just some super spiritual person. They're humans just like Christians are. And you have people that have been in the church all their life, don't know squat about the Bible. They couldn't even find a frog in there. They've been in the church. They were raised in the church, brought up in the church, just like some people have been raised in Islam, brought up in Islam, never taken the time to read the holy books. They don't really know what's in there. They're just going by what their mother and father told them, or some relative or friend told them. You know, and so they don't know. And they need to know. People need to know. And that's all I'm doing. That's what God led me to do. Give you this information, and then you'll have a witness. You'll never be able to say you didn't know.
At the end of the day, this was never about giving equal time. It was about truth. It was about facts. And while many demanded a platform, heck, they even came at me in the comments claiming equal time. But what was already being presented was rooted in examination, not emotion, not pressure, not public opinion. And let's be clear, if the God you claim is truly who he says he is, then there should be no confusion, no uncertainty, no need for defense through intimidation, because the true God speaks with authority, just like when Jesus declared, "I am that I am." And what makes this even more powerful is that Dr. Price didn't spend time dramatizing his struggle. He didn't go into detail about the pressure, the loss of members, the resistance from institutions, the threat of being removed from television, or even the death threats themselves. But make no mistake, it was there. And yet he stood firm. He finished the assignment. He saw the teaching all the way through. And for that, he deserves to be commended. So let this be a message to everyone watching. No matter what you believe, read your scriptures. Don't rely on tradition. Don't rely on what someone told you, and don't rely on emotions. Read it for yourself. Know it for yourself. Stand on it for yourself, because the truth doesn't fear examination. It stands up to it. So continue to renew your mind. Enough said.
It's right now.
Barbara,
I mean it.
you're playing into their hands. Let me speak to them, okay?
In the name of God, how much more are we supposed to take?
Take from what?
From you people.
I mean, you people. You sound like I'm a dog or something.
As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
We want freedom! 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 We want freedom!
Don't you think you know we're doing it?
No, because we need our rights. They want our rights. They're not going to give it.
Save our school!
And they don't have enough gumption to turn around and tell that Supreme Court to rule on the laws of the land rather than to mess with our children and ruin our education and put our country down.
You kidding me?
Now, there were appointed officials, and we'll impeach every one of them if we have to get this country back where it
do it
belongs.
then. Maybe by the time somebody do something, now all of a sudden the tide is turning a little bit. You see how things feel now. You all come upset, huh? You're all upset. Say somebody taking your rights away.
We want no trouble. We don't condemn these black people. They are human beings too. We understand that, but we want our school. And we're going to get it if we have to go to Washington to get it. We are doing what they have done many, many times. Now, is that wrong, people of this world today? Is it wrong that we stand up for a change? For the first time, we are standing up for our rights. What is wrong about that? And why did he have to come over here? To order us to do what they want us to do. Now we're not going to do it. That is over. These people fight for your right. And I mean fight for what you think is right and what's in here to fight. Has a right to fight. They have a right to fight for it.